The topic for most of the day has been the Badgers' impressive win over Michigan State, and a number that everybody should know, and that is that Bo Ryan is now 12-5 against Tom Izzo. Try to find somebody 12-5 against Roy Williams or Bill Self or Johnny Wooden. Give it your best shot. It's just incredible. 12-5, 7-0 at home. It was a first-class whooping, 67-49. One of those games where everything went great. The only odd moment was at the end of the game when Aaron Andrews was interviewing Bo Ryan. And he went out of his way to use it as the stomping ground for Greg Gard, his assistant, to get him a job and say, hey, you know, he did a great job. And then Zeke kind of threw him for a loop and said, well, what did actually he do? You know, like, he prepped the team. He did such a good game prep. That's generally not the kind of thing to get somebody a head coaching job. So she kind of called him on that. And then the question came about the injury. Michigan State, possibly, we still haven't gotten any word. Kalen Lucas is hurt. And she said, well, how do you handle, you know, an injury? And he looked at her like, I'm supposed to care about Michigan State? She meant to ask, given the success they had with John Lewis. So it was such a whooping, there was nothing he could really say that he wanted the team to do better. Like, perfect night, defended, made shots, kicked their butt. Next. And that's what it was. You wouldn't think, and I'd have to go back. I'm wondering the last time Michigan State lost a game by 18 points in the Big Ten. I'll bet it hasn't happened very often under Tom Izzo. Also talked about Phil Mickelson. I'm getting a few comments from people. No, it's not cheating. And yes, technically it's not cheating, but it's cheating. As if it wasn't cheating, a lot of the other players would be using that club. And my understanding from what I've read is that they're not. It's not like everybody's searching and they can't find them. They know that it's just a technicality which did not allow the tour to ban that particular club from paying it. Phil Mickelson could have made his point without actually playing with the club. There are now stories out there, and it's a follow-up to what I was thinking, and that is why, amongst all the discussion about the Vikings in New Orleans, nobody has really got on to, well, again, a flip of the coin determined which team got the ball, and that team got the ball and won the game. When in fact that's the case. The Vikings lost the coin toss. They called heads. It came up tails, and they never got a chance to get the ball. Peter King is about the only one who obsessed on it, saying that the mathematician came up with all the numbers and supported what we've told you on this show some time ago, that the team that gets the ball first, while they may not be scoring the first time they get the ball, they are winning 64% of the time since they move the field or move the kickoff back to the 30. The premise is that that gives you good field position, and you're able to kick the field goal because also people are getting better at field goals and more accurate and from longer distances. And then if not, then you benefit from the field position, and then maybe you score on the next time. And as Peter King's mathematician determined, and we'd said some time ago from someone who said something to me, you just have to move the kickoff up to the 35. And I don't even think that, and this surprised me with Mark Tauscher, but in the story I'm reading, all the players, everybody just defends it. Hey, those are the rules. Can't change them now. And when we talked with Mark Tauscher, he kind of said the same thing. That doesn't surprise you? I know, but doesn't it surprise you? I agree with all that. Right. But that. Well, I agree with you there. I don't, for whatever it is, but these guys said the same thing. Yes. It reminds. Yeah. Right. But don't you think, and given the nature, and I agree with everything you say about Tauscher, but the other thing is that people get in these positions, they're just really competitive by nature. And you'd think they'd say, you know, I don't think it's fair, but that's the rule, and so I guess you got to stop them. I would expect all those qualifiers, and even with Tauscher or other players. I don't think it's fair, but instead it's just like Mitch said. Well, I guess you just stop them. And Bobby, you're on 540 ESPN. I think it's Bobby. It sounded more like Pat to me. Yeah, Bo does own Izzo. Yeah. And that's, but I know my advice to Izzo. How are you doing in the tournament there, buddy? He's got that. That doesn't make him feel any better, I'm sure. I gotta believe it drives him crazy. Because Izzo's been incredibly successful. He's accomplished everything in basketball except one thing. What's the one thing that Tom Izzo can't do? The one thing. Beat Bo Ryan. Head to head, kicks his you-know-what. Guy's won a national championship. He's been to 5 Final Fours. 5 Final Fours. Can't beat Ryan. Can't beat him. 5-12. Find me a coach 5-12, or find me a coach 12-5 over Roy Williams or Bill Self or Mike Krzyzewski. He can't handle it. Who could handle it? I couldn't handle it if I was Tom Izzo. Why can't I beat this guy? If he's that good, then shouldn't they be doing as well in the tournament? He's never gotten past an Elite Eight. And I can't beat him. Doesn't matter what I do. Can't beat him. Not 9-9, 5-12. 540 ESPN, ESPNMilwaukee.com.